Right, so welcome to a new video series. This one's entitled An Adventure Game in C#, Python and Lua. So what I was intending to do was to show you the kind of adventure game tutorial you can find all over the internet. But instead of it being based on using one language, such as Python, I'm going to run it in three at the same time. The usefulness of this is that if you've already studied, for example, Python, then you'll soon see how to use a different language but use the same techniques that you've learned. So we'll be using the Wing Personal for Python, Zero Brain Studio for Lua. I'll do most of the programming in Sharp Develop because this is a small free app which boots up much faster than Visual Studio and is perfectly good enough, although it's no longer being developed, for this kind of simple adventure. So what I want to do first of all in this video is just to show you what the end result looks like. So we'll hit the play button. I'm going to run it in C#. The console color that's coming up here is only because I'm using this as a tutorial. Now that we've got the game running, let me just drop all these other things out of the way. So we've just got that in the middle. So the first thing that comes up is just to show you what a console-based adventure looks like. It's just a window and it's got stuff on it like that. There's no, your mouse doesn't do anything. It's all keyboard based. So we'll press the enter and get started. So there we go. Now the console colors are by default black with white. You can change them by going to properties and then choosing different fonts and colors and layout and all the rest of it, but I've just left it at this for the time being. So this is basically how a text adventure works. I've got here just a comment to say type your name in. The important thing is to try and make this as idiot proof as possible, because these videos are being run mainly to help teach both primary, GCSE and A-level students. I don't distinguish between levels. This series will run from Hello World right up to using classes and objects. I don't see any reason why just because you have a certain age that you shouldn't know how to run them. So this is aimed at school kids, but it'll suit anybody, even somebody who's adult and not just wants to learn how to program. So let me just first of all press the enter key rather than typing my name in, because I want to idiot proof it. So it says here, just pressing the enter key doesn't work. What are you waiting for? Type your name or nickname. So that's the first thing we've overcome. We've idiot proofed the first one there. So I'll just use Fred because it's quick and easy to do on the keyboard. I haven't bothered with capital letters. That's automatically dealt with. We'll press enter again. It's now asking what age group are you. Now you'll see that we've now got a list of 4 possibilities, and it's asking for us to type the number of the choice. Now the reason the number starts with 0 rather than 1 is because in C# and Python, lists have an index which is based on 0. The Lua version of this has 1, 2, 3, 4, as you might normally expect. This is something that can be altered in the code, but this will be something that, if you're following the series, will be something you can do to extend, to expand, and to do better with. So we've now been asked what, so again I'm going to test, make it idiot proof. So I'm going to type in here again, just going to press the enter key. There we are. Well, we know that one doesn't work, so let's try a number. Well, let's try and be clever and type in 10. It says try entering a number. Okay, let's go to -1, between 0 and 3. So it's pretty much stopped people from messing up the system by typing in things that they're not supposed to. So I'll go for option 3 in this case. And now it says to choose your character. Well, I've just shown you how we can't break it by typing in rubbish, so I'll give in and we'll type one of these. Now obviously I'm a nerd, so we'll type that in. And it just gives a summary of what's been done and are starting in 0. There we are, and off we go. So the text-based adventures are simply a simple description of the areas that you're going in. So this one, it says you're in a hotel room and it shows you what's in here. There's a key, and there's to the east is a corridor, and you're holding a sword, and again it gives you a menu system for playing the game. So just go through these one by one. First of all, we'll interact with items in the room by pressing 0, hit enter, and then it gives us a choice. We can either exit that menu or we can interact with the key. So let's press 0 and interact with it, and it says that we can examine it, take it, or again exit the menu. So let's examine it, 0 again, and it says you examine the key, rusty iron, 7 lever latch, too big for the average front door. Now obviously the text that you put in your adventure game is what makes the game, it's what makes the story, so you've got to try and use good descriptions, funny comments, whatever you want to put in to make it your adventure. So we're going to now take the key. So if I press 1, it takes the key. So we're back to here again. So we're holding a sword with a corridor on the east, and we've got the key in the inventory there. So let's go to, well, let's just press 2 to use the sword just for the hell of it. And it says you use the sword, you just wasted a minute of your miserable life. So great. Okay, it's up to you when you're writing this as to what comments you want to put in. You can be pleasant, you can be unpleasant, just keep it clean. That's okay. So we're still in the corridor. Let me go to east to the corridor. We'll press 3. So we're now in the corridor, so we're in the next sort of location of this adventure game. Again, you can give a description of it, make it as big as you like. Then we've got inside it, we've got a torch and a key card. There's magic portal to the north, lift to the east, and the hotel room of course is back on the west. You're still holding the sword. So again, let's interact with items in the corridor by pressing 0, and we've got two things, a torch or a key card. So again, same procedure, 0. Then we've got, what do we do with the torch? We examine it. It says a magnificent flaming wooden torch, probably not appropriate for this game. Well, I do like to get them muddled up, so traditional Dungeon and Dragons type of thing mixed up with thoroughly modern things, it just makes it more exciting. So we can again take that, so that's gone. And we've still got the inventory there, we've still got all these things that we can do. Let's try going north to the magic portal, that looks fun. And it says, you need the dragon heart in your hand. Now obviously I'm not going to continue to play this game fully through, it's quite simple, there's only 4 locations, it's just to give you an idea of how it all works. But it's pretty idiot proof, because at no time is it asking you to directly type something in. You've just got a choice of menus, so it does help to stop it getting too complex. So that's how it all works. I'm going to quit this time by pressing 7, enter, and it says thank you for playing. Press any key to continue, and job done. So that's it for the moment. So the next steps is to show you how to get all these various pieces of software and how to install them. So be back shortly.